Hi everybody, welcome to the garage. Basically, I've got a 5 Series in today. It's a F11, I think they're classed as, which is the estate versions. But I'm going to be looking at doing an ambient light install on this car, which is pretty exciting because I've actually always wanted to do it on this car. I really like the car in general, and yeah, it's a great opportunity to be able to do it. So it's a really nice example. The owner's actually had this car for 6 years and it's been good to him. So it's a 520D and it's got the really nice, I love the two-tone contrasting interiors personally. And yeah, gonna be looking at doing a couple of extra bits and pieces. So underneath here on the dash, across the center console, the footwells, everything. So first up, as you guys know, I'm gonna look at dismantling the car. I think on this car what I'm probably gonna do is take off the front driver's door card and then work on the center console, taking everything off apart inside of there, and then kind of working my way around. So I'll show you all around what it looks like right now, and then we can look into just getting on with working on the car. So yeah, let's go. A little update for you all. You probably just saw a little bit of a time lapse with me starting to dismantle the center console. Well, let me show you all what it looks like right now. Yeah, so basically what I ended up having to do was pretty much remove everything from the center console. There's a fair amount of things, I'll show you them all here. It's like, you know, the lock mechanism, this, and all sorts of stuff. So I was kind of figuring things out as I was going along, because there's not really a huge amount about it online, but just take your time. I'll show you all what it's like as I'm putting it back together, just to possibly help anyone who does need to remove the center console on these cars. I'm happy with the progress that's been made so far. I think now I'm basically the position that I'm at. In fact, let me go over to the other side. So where I'm at right now is I can actually lift this whole thing up, which I only had to do so I can move the wiring around for the footwell lights and the lights that are going to be going across the dash and stuff. So I'm basically going to be tapping into all the wiring that I need to now, as well as kind of routing everything around where I need it to be. And yeah, it will make my life a little bit easier then to kind of deal with everything. So dealing with the hard part first, and then I'll be dealing with the easier stuff. So just, yeah, it's good. I'm actually enjoying this. It's a bit of a long process with this car. There's a lot to remove and everything. Whilst it is long of a process, it's fairly easy and straightforward, because it's just kind of remove this, remove that, remove this, remove that. There's nothing hidden, there's nothing awkward that's impossible to get to, or like, you know, you're gonna cut your hand up to get to it. I'm gonna sort out the wiring and I will pick up with you all right after that. Transition. So everyone, when it comes to the doors removal, well, the front doors are slightly different from the rears. The rears are a little bit easier. You don't need to remove this to take off the door card, but on the fronts you do. First point to start off with is just over here. Release that, There's a clip just at the top over here that you need to basically not break. So that's the best way to put it. So if I just come through, just kind of come towards the bottom of it. There we go. Pop that top part out. So this part here, because it goes up and in, it's very hard to push it down. So you're better off just kind of popping the bottom out and then it'll come out kind of a thing. But once you get that off, you'll see the torque split just there. And just over here as well, we've got to take off this. Now there is a very awkward metal clip just at the, where is it? Just at the front, just over here. But there we go. You gotta, once I take this out, I'll show you. So with this metal clip here, you gotta push it in like that as you're trying to pop it out. And it'll come out, and you've also got this piece just here which hooks into the back. So you've got that removed as well. Now we've got these two Torx bits. Now I think they're T30s. Let me double check. Yep, they're both T30s. So you got one here, one over here, and then from this point we can start look at removing the door card. So just start popping off all the clips. Right, once you've got all the clips off, now you do have to be careful. The way the foaming and stuff is at the front over here, it's a bit awkward to take off. So you gotta just basically pop it out like that, and then take your time to disconnect everything at the back. Voila, you got everything off. Now this black cover here probably will always fall off, so you just gotta put it back on. It just slides right back on. So whilst I'm here, I'm gonna prep the wiring. So it's the same with all the doors really. It's gonna need to be tapped into the red and grey for the live, and then we've got the brown for earth. So there are a couple of red and greys on this one, so you can use either one. That's down to you. They both work the same way. You come over, use your wire stripper. My one, honestly, it makes my life so much easier by having that ratchet style one. So both of these are on now. Up next is working on the door card, which you'll join me on over there. So with the door card, there's actually a couple of things we need to do. Looking at the back, we need to drill a hole now. I'm going to drill it roughly in the center here, so it gives a nice central glow. Right, so that's point one. Now the other thing we need to do is drill a couple of holes just up in this area here. That's one, and then the other one right next to it. Now the reason for that is because we need to basically create a gap in this area for the LED light for the door handle to sit in. So I'm just going to trim this a little bit more and just grind it down a little bit. We'll get it the right way I need it to be with a Dremel, just to kind of push the plastic back a little bit more at the top. So this will all make sense in a moment once I connect up the other parts. So on the handle, I'm trying to aim for the highest point in the light to start from, so kind of just about there where my thumb is. So the reason why I'm aiming for that spot there is because it's that, like I said, it's the deepest and most highest point that you can kind of get into. But it's going to create a nice glow from there, so as you can see, it's just perfectly in spot. So just from here, this one's a lot of hard work to do because it's you got to hold the drill bit. I mean, you got to hold the handle at the same time. But there we go. I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit. Use the snipping tool and stuff. Get it a bit smoother of a finish. Now from here, I'm just gonna apply some glue all the way around. A nice healthy amount, so that it sticks on there nicely. You can see the little square part just in here, and then just using some tape as well to help secure this while it dries. I'm just gonna put that on. So I'm just gonna leave this to dry for a little bit, just so that glue and stuff can settle in the right place and kind of get this all ready. So a couple of things that I've done here is I've pushed in the bottom light just in here, and I've also drilled in a hole just over here. This is where the light tube is going to go through. So if I bring this guy over, cut off a little bit just to slim it down so I can take it through that hole. Take it through, nice. The reason why I'm having to do this is because the way the trim on this car already is, you can't just leave it to pressed in by the silver part. This has to actually get done like this. Know roughly where to end it now. Now I actually am going to add a end connector on at the back here. Reason why I'm doing that is because I've noticed if you don't, it can still bleed out some light past the plastic trim. So just push this in, but also get those end connectors on. So here's my little end connector. Just put it on here. It's this little black thing here which just stops the light from bleeding out. There we go. So now when we put the silver trim on top of this, it's not gonna move around or anything. And at the back over here, I can just connect up this one up here, prep this so that it's easy to connect into the door cards just now. So you join me now where I've kind of got all the lights and everything in place. Nearly got the door handle to go in. Now to test this out, you gotta basically just slot it in and make sure it all fits in nicely. So right now I'm just checking to see if the door handle can actually be pushed in, and I think it needs a little bit more trimming just over here. So this is the kind of work that I'm going to have to do now to get this to fit in perfectly. So got the door card back on. It's kind of tricky. You got to make sure you push this in enough and kind of tuck the wire in, but leave this connected with everything in the back. So when you do close it and stuff, it's basically all connected up and everything. So you don't have to try and push the wire in too much because it gets really awkward. So try to push as much of the wiring through before you put the door card on. And then because I've obviously already put in that tube already there, when I put this silver trim piece on at the top, it's all good and you don't need to worry about that anymore. Just over here I've got a strip coming across. I've put a little bit of double-sided tape over here, and so when I push this on, basically it's gonna sit right on top of that and it won't move around when I go to put this on. So that's how it looks just now with it connected on and stuck in. And then when I get this to sit on, should hopefully sit in nice and smooth. I need to do it with two hands, and that's how it looks once you've done that, which is perfectly nice glow all the way across. Just probably gonna take this off and just kind of tape it a little bit here. It's quite tricky to do, I'm not gonna even lie about it. This car is, well, you'd think it would be quicker than it actually is. Got the strip going across down here, one across the dash here as well. And I think it's time to turn the lights off in the garage and have a look at everything. The one light on over there. How does that look, everybody? So everyone, I don't know why I think the lighting that I left on in the garage just didn't show the 5 Series final result properly. It looked a little bit dim. So here are some pictures of the actual final install, and what can I say, in person this looked unreal. I don't know why I didn't take some videos on my phone instead of the GoPro. The GoPro just doesn't do its best in such low lighting and capturing all the ambient lighting. But all that being said and done, the car did look amazing at the end, and I hope this has inspired you to possibly look at doing it to your 5 Series or whatever car you've got. I'll leave a link in the description down below for all of the items that were used towards getting this install done. If it is something that you want to get done to your car, then please get in touch with me. You can find me on Instagram at Mr. GCC, and we can look at setting something up. Without making this video go on too long, I'm going to end the video here. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving the video a like and also subscribing to the channel to see lots more car content from me. But for now, everyone, I will see you in the next video. Peace out. Bye. Oh, hey, YouTube. Recommend some good videos for my viewers. Thanks.